When a child is born, it is sure if that child will grow up to be a good human or a bad one. One cannot foretell if it will do well in life, be a failure, and be a boon or a bane to society. However, one thing that is absolutely certain is that one day this child will face death. Death is a certainty of this life that all humans have to face eventually. Everyone has to answer the question, what happens after death? From time immemorial, mankind has wondered about this question and come up with several philosophies to address this question. There are two major philosophies that address this intriguing question amongst believers in a creator of this universe, based on the logical deduction of a designer or a maker, due to the clockwork precision with which the universe functions. The first of them being the philosophy of reincarnation, which is the belief that when a person dies, his body decomposes, but the soul is reborn in another body. It is the belief that this person has lived before and will live again in another body after death. The bodies one passes in and out of need not be human. What decides the rebirth of a person as human or an animal, plant, insect, etc., is his karma, actions. However, there is no uniformity in the concept of reincarnation amongst the various belief systems like Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism that incorporate it, without even considering other belief systems such as Greek philosophy, Celtic and Germanic paganism, Native American, Sikhism, and mostly pagan or polytheistic beliefs that have contradicting and conflicting theories on this concept. There is no real guidance or assistance for a layman to make sense of these conflicting theories. Simply put, the dominant concept of this theory is if one were a good and pious individual, one is reborn as a human being with a soul at a higher level of goodness and piety till one achieves a level of God consciousness that causes this pious soul to merge into the eternal energy of the Creator, from where it had originated. If one were to do evil deeds in this life, then one is born at a subhuman level, depending on his bad actions. One may have been a dog in a past life, and one may be a mite or a carrot in a future life. Reincarnation poses many problems and practical questions that it is unable to answer. If our actions govern the state of our rebirth, then in a world full of sin, the world population of human beings should be decreasing, whereas the reality is the opposite. Even if there are a sufficient number of souls attaining salvation, the number of souls yet to achieve salvation has to decrease, but the human population keeps rising despite greater sin in society. Is the possibility of being reborn as an animal or insect a sufficient deterrent for a person to stop doing evil deeds? Or is it an invitation to increase the evil in the knowledge of having another chance to be reborn again as a human being in a future life? If the soul merges into the eternal being, or is constantly reborn till it achieves that state, which souls are entering heaven or being condemned to hell? A concept that exists within the same belief system that propounds the theory of reincarnation. The philosophy of reincarnation raises more questions and doubts than it answers. In contrast, a belief in the soul that is a creation of the Creator that has created the entire universe and all that exists, allowed to exist in this world for a short period of time, and will be rewarded with an eternal life of comfort and pleasure in heaven, or be condemned eternally to a painful and just punishment in hell, based on its belief and actions in this world, is a simple, practical, and just scheme of creation. Each individual can achieve one of the innumerable levels within heaven based on the level of good deeds, as defined by its Creator, and similarly be punished in equivalence of the gravity of evil committed, as defined by the Creator, within one of the innumerable levels of hell. Even a layperson can comprehend his role in this vast cosmic creation. This philosophy lays down a simple goal and a measurable scale by which one can guide oneself to achieve this goal. Are you willing to gamble with your life on the chance that the possibility of reincarnation exists? Then try answering the practical and philosophical challenges for this belief mentioned earlier. If reincarnation is true, a disbeliever in it would have nothing to lose since they will have another chance to come back and correct themselves. But if the concept of just this one life here and an eternal afterlife based on the actions in this world is true, a disbeliever in it has everything to lose. So ask yourself, Where does your scale of deeds tip towards, good or evil? Rest assured, you will be judged by your Creator. Do a good deed today, and the best of deeds is to recognize your Creator.